Caitlin Clark sends clear message to Kelsey Plum after sideline gesture toward WNBA refs. LA has lost all but one game in the past 7 outings. And guess who that one win came against? Yes, the Indiana Fever. What's wilder is that the game actually looked like Indies for most of it. Even without Caitlin Clark, the Fever were in control and had a lead going into the fourth. But they still couldn't seal it. Sparks took it 85-75. Now, fast forward to the rematch, and well, let's just say this one almost followed the same script. Again, it was the fourth quarter rally for Sparks. But once again, it came with a moment that had everyone laughing. The Indiana Fever has been on a roll lately. Probably their best stretch of the season. They were riding a 3-game win streak going into this one, and it wasn't some fluke either. Their defense was locked in. They've been holding teams to just 27% from the 3-point line, the best in the league. So even with Clark sitting out her 5th straight game, it really felt like this could be Indy's night. But the Sparks weren't having any of that. Coming off 2 straight losses, they showed up with a point to prove. The game was tight all the way with no room to breathe. But what did stay consistent from the last matchup? Another hilarious, very online, Kelsey Plum moment. Because even when Clark's not playing, she's giving us content from the bench. So here's what went down. The refs called a defensive 3 seconds on LA. In case you didn't know, that's when someone on defense camps out in the paint without actively guarding anyone for more than 3 seconds. As the whistle was heard, Plum immediately walked over to the ref to plead her case. But on the sidelines, who's all fired up? Obviously, CC. She stood up, started clapping for the WNBA refs, and even gestured to Plum like, yeah, okay, you can stop now. It was hilarious. And if it felt familiar, that's because these two have been at it like this before. Just last game, right before halftime, Clark was standing on the court, not even checking and just looking down the floor. Plum noticed, pointing her out to the ref like, y'all seeing this? She even made a T sign with her hands, probably asking to hand CC a tech. It was totally playful though, with no tech and no drama. Clark didn't even move. She just stayed there a while longer before slowly sitting down as halftime rolled in. So, it's becoming a bit of a thing with them. Plum and Clark might not be sharing the court, but they're sharing the spotlight. And the Spark star seems to have taken the entertainment duty fully. Apart from this, she was also seen handing out a Spark shirt to a fan courtside, who then pulled it over her Fever jersey just to get a picture. Next time, do better, Plum joked. If that was not enough, at one point in the second quarter, she did another funny thing. Kelsey Mitchell locked her up so tight that Plum ended up flat on the floor. And instead of just getting up, what does she do? 3 push-ups. Right there on the hardwood. The crowd lost it. So sure, this game was packed with viral sideline drama, antics, and plenty of Plum flair. But make no mistake, she brought the fire too as Sparks beat the Fever again. Sparks rally again to stun Caitlin Clark-less Fever in fourth. The LA Sparks just did it again. For the second time in 10 days, they rallied in the fourth quarter to beat the Indiana Fever at home. Remember those 3 push-ups Plum did after getting knocked down? Turns out, that little floor flex gave her squad exactly the energy boost they needed to muscle through the second half and snag an 89-87 win. Just like June 26th, LA finished strong in the fourth to snap their 2-game skid and handed the Fever another L without Clark on the floor. The game started with both teams trading buckets in a pretty back-and-forth first quarter. LA held a slim 13-10 lead before Aaliyah Boston tied things up with an and one. Stevens answered right back with a triple, but Kelsey Mitchell's own 3-ball gave Indy a 19-18 edge. The Fever looked sharp, getting easy buckets, but the Sparks never let it get out of hand. Down 6, Plum drilled a much-needed 3 to slice the deficit in half. She kept cooking, but Indiana just kept responding. They pushed the lead again, only for LA to stay close and head into halftime trailing by just 3. Then came the third quarter, and, deja vu, Indiana jumped ahead by 8. But Stevens' timely 3-pointers pulled the Sparks right back in. Then came another burst, capped by Plum's deep 3, that gave LA the lead at 70-67. Fever tried to claw it back, but LA held a 1-point lead heading into the fourth. Things got chippy. The lead kept flipping. Boston and Mitchell kept striking for the Fever, but LA always had an answer. A massive 3-point play helped the Sparks close the gap again. Then, with just under a minute left, Rickea Jackson came up clutch, finishing at the rim to give LA